What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Boxing Club podcast. I am yours truly, Big Chubbs, alongside with my pie mate, Mr. Lou Almighty. What's up, dog?
What up, baby? What up?
How you been, pimpin'?
Good. Excuse me.
Yeah. What are you
Cheers.
drinking?
Whiskey.
Fool, that's a watered down whiskey, bro. That shit look like lemonade.
That's it's soda water and whiskey. That's how
That
I
shit
roll,
looks
bro.
it looks more like soda water than it does whiskey, bro. What
I
a
like a little
pinche
whiskey with
agua,
my
güey.
soda water.
What a weenie. What a waste of
Sorry,
whiskey. What a
sorry,
waste of
man.
whiskey, bro.
It's the weekday, so I can't turn up all the way. Gotta wake
Uh,
up early tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
So it's been a minute, you know what I mean? We've been MIA for a little bit, but we've been, going through some shit, some accidents. But God is good. We're still here, so we still kicking and pushing forward.
That's right. That's right.
So we're gonna catch up on a little bit of news. We're gonna talk a little bit about Mr. Bud
What's
Spence.
buzzing? What's buzzing? What is buzzing right now? What's coming up July 29th?
We got Earl Spence and Bud Crawford finally, after years and years and years and years of them just talking about it.
But the best fight that can be made in terms of skill versus skill, best fight you can make right now. After Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia comes this fight
That's
in
right.
terms of magnitude. But skill for skill, this is a 50-50 fight. Who do you got?
Fuck, bro. Every time they ask me this question, I flip flop back and forth
Because
because
it's
it's
50-50.
it's
Because
such
it's
a close
50-50.
fight. It's
Dude,
crazy, bro.
everybody, all the trainers got one guy or they got another guy. There's rarely a trainer right now in the media saying it could go either way. There's one dude saying, oh, it's hands down Crawford in a stoppage, or it's hands down Spence in a stoppage. And one dude's, way better than that guy. This
Yeah,
guy's way better than the other guy.
they're from each other's camp though. Like they're either homies or I'm Team Crawford or I'm Team Spence. But if you ask somebody that's outside of their camp, they're gonna tell you it's a
No,
50-50 fight.
no. There's guys that are not associated with their camps that are.
But they have
It's like
some.
it
But they have some
teeter-totters
type of ties though. They have
sometimes,
they
but
have ties. You know what I mean?
yeah, but in a sense, it's a 50-50 fight. These guys, this is the perfect fight that could be made with zero excuses. And I give a lot of credit to the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight that opened the doors for fights that need to be made.
That
And
was
this is
such
a
a dud.
what was
The Tank and Ryan fight. It was such a dud.
no again it. You can't tell me it was going to be anything different. Everybody that knew boxing knew it would end up this way.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't think it would quit. I didn't think it would quit, but I knew Tank was going to get him.
just being optimistic, bro, and just wishing that, you know what I mean, it could have been
Yeah,
different.
but you're also banking on Ryan being optimistic that Ryan. See, I thought it was going to go one of two ways, and Ryan was going to have his moment where he got dropped, and then he gets up and he shocks the world. That was his moment, and he didn't want to get up.
Yeah.
So it went the way it was supposed to go, and the way boxing pros or boxing analysts knew it would go. Tank's a dog, dude, and he's got way too much experience for Ryan. So it went the way it was supposed to go. He didn't take advantage of his moment, and now he's got to climb back up because now the people that are like he's a fraud or he's
Nah,
I don't like calling
I
the
don't think
fighter a
I don't
fraud,
think
but
he's a fraud. I don't think
no,
he's
no,
a fraud.
I don't either. I'm saying what people say. So people are like, oh, he's a fraud, or he's a bum, or he's this, or he's
Nah,
inexperienced, or
he
he's
ain't no
whatever.
fucking bum. I'll tell you that.
That's what I'm quoting what people are saying. I don't personally believe he is, but I'm saying he proved a lot of people right in the negative.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
for sure. But
That's what
anyways,
I'm trying to say.
enough about that let down.
Yeah. So now the new fight, the fight that's
Let's just
not
hope
going to be a dud.
this shit ain't nothing
No,
like that. You know?
it's not going to be a dud, dude. Spence, Errol Spence. Let me give you a quick breakdown of who Errol Spence is. A long time ago, in the Broner era, when Adrian Broner was the heir apparent to Floyd Mayweather Jr., when Floyd had signed that big deal with Showtime, and Broner was
The
behind him like a
next
puppy, the next best thing. I'm not gonna lie, I was on the Broner hype. I was like, dude,
Tank
this dude is
Tank is what Broner was
what Broner
supposed
was
to
supposed
be.
to be.
Yeah.
Exactly. But at that time, there was, I forget who Floyd was fighting. Broner was always in his camp. If you were deep in boxing, meaning you knew trainers and you knew camps and you knew fighters outside of the media, but you were in there, there was a rumor circulating that Adrian Broner had got knocked out in sparring at the Mayweather camp at the gym.
By Spence, right?
Well, no one knew who he was. They just said there's this young southpaw out of Texas that came to spar in Vegas, and he knocked Broner out. People were like, "Yeah, right. Nobody's knocking Broner out. Yeah, bullshit." But no one was denying it. That was the thing. No, so that's what made it crazy, that the rumor went on, but Broner or anybody from his camp never came out and was like, "That's bullshit." There's not. Everybody stayed quiet, which made everybody think like, "What the hell?" I don't know what fight Floyd was training for, but then people were like, the same dude that knocked out Broner dropped Floyd and gave him a black eye. And we were like, yeah, right. Who knocked out Broner and dropped Floyd? There's no fucking way. Crazy thing is, no one denied it. And then Floyd comes out with the black eye in camp. And we're like, what the fuck? Could it be true? People were like, yeah, this kid, Errol Spence. So that's what, if you were deep in boxing, you knew that name. Never denied, never confirmed until last, like 2 years ago or something like that. You could look up the video, and Floyd confirmed it just recently, and so did Errol Spence. So Errol Spence is talented and he's strong. Grew up in his camp, grew into championship sparring the Charlo twins. Big fan of. I'm a big fan. Those dudes, 154, 160.
You're more than a fan, bro. Stop.
I'm a groupie, bro. I'm a groupie. But that's who Errol Spence is.
You're a rider. You're a rider.
A weenie rider?
you're a weenie rider.
I love the Charlo dude. But Errol Spence has been a sparring partner for those twins. Prepares like a dog. He's a southpaw. He's strong. He's one of the big. They call him a weight bully. He's a big welterweight. His body can check in at 47 and then blow up fully. Not blow up, but rehydrate fully strong for fight night. So his weight can fluctuate appropriately. He's a big 147. He's strong, dude. He almost died in that Ferrari. Came back, first fight, no tune-up, fought Danny Garcia, dude. He's fought Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Kell Brook, Chris Algieri, all kinds of
and all of them at the top of their game too.
Dude, Errol Spence is no joke, dude. He calls himself Big Fish, and that's appropriate. He markets himself as man down, and that's appropriate.
Yeah.
He is bad, bro. But on the same token, he's fighting Terance Crawford. That's the one guy that, what if, but he's on the other side of the street. What does that mean? He's under Top Rank. Top Rank doesn't do business with PBC and all the other.
Bob Aaron don't even like that fool, though.
I know his own promoter don't like him, but he is talented, bro. Terence Crawford is talented, and I don't think people know him as much as they do Errol Spence because of the promotional side. But there is a big, strong debate on who the best welterweight in the world is right now. People will say Terence Crawford, and then people say Errol Spence. It's those two names. That's it. He's bad, bro. He's a right-handed and a southpaw. He's a switcher. He's really, his angles are crazy.
And that's one thing I like about Bud, bro, is that he can do both sides, and his angles are crazy, bro.
Bad, bro. He's
got pop in both hands.
Pop in both hands, and he's got ring IQ, dude. Ring IQ. Some people say he's chinny. He's been dropped a few times. Don't give a shit, dude. He gets up and dismantles you. He is and he's a movie star, bro.
Stupid. That Creed 3.
No, he's bad.
But sometimes I say Spence, sometimes I say Bud. But
me too.
I think and I don't think nobody gets knocked out. I think this goes the distance. Nah.
You don't think any of them will bite down on the mouthpiece and be like, I'm gonna finish this dude?
Nope, I don't think so. I think they're scared of each other, to be honest with you.
I don't think so. I don't think they're scared at all. You know what? says a lot is
maybe not scared, but
respect each other too
there
much.
you go. There,
Hey, bro,
that's
learn the boxing
learn the
vocabulary, bro. Don't
language.
you ever say that word. Learn
Shut
the
your ass
language,
up.
bro.
But
Hey,
you
now
with
that
your watered down whiskey, shut up.
man, shut up with that badass hat of yours, bro. You better wear that more often.
It's
Yeah,
my son's team right now.
I love it. I love
Going
it.
to All
Which one?
Stars. Going to All Stars. Both of them are on the same team.
Oh, nice.
Going to All Stars
Hey,
this weekend.
nice. But look, I always look at the resume is one thing, but I always look at how these fighters interact that outside of promo, right? So when they look at each other, and it speaks for itself. When Broner ran into Robert Guerrero at 135, when they were going to fight at 140, Robert Guerrero was at 140. And there's a YouTube video where they encounter each other, I think at the Staples Center. You see the fear, the nervousness in Broner's eyes. And Robert Guerrero was like, I got the belt at 140. Let's do it at 140. And Broner walks up to him in his ear. He's like, it's in the contract. I'll sign it. And then walks away all timid, dude. I was like, he's
I was
punked
scared.
out. Yeah, I was like, it says a lot. Look at Teofimo and Cambosis. Cambosis snatched his soul. He wasn't scared for shit, man. He was ready, dude. And there's a video of Spence and Crawford running into each other and talking like 2 years ago. They ran into each other. They're both talking shit. They're both ready. I think they bet like $1 million out of
It was in
pocket or something like that.
It was at a Charlo fight, I think, in the back,
Something
right?
like that. Something like that in the back. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
seen
dude,
that shit.
these dudes are ready.
Okay, so what does Bud have to do, dog? What does Bud have to do? Because he's a slow starter, right? You think that shit can count against him?
No. That's exactly what he has to do. If in my opinion, Bud has to fight his fight. He can't fight Errol's fight. And what does that mean? So some strategies will work into or be worked around another fighter's fight. So they'll think that they have control of the fight, and before they know it, they fall into the trap of the other fighter. So Bud has to fight his fight, meaning he can't engage, he can't trade. In my opinion, Spence is a little stronger, maybe a lot stronger than Crawford, and he's a little bit more brutal in terms of
Bagging it out.
When it's time to trade, I think Spence guy, he looks a little more lankier. He seems a little stronger, and Bud is more angles, more he's been dropped a couple times. He should avoid trading, and he should definitely stick to fight his fight. Spence needs to push the fight, but smart. He can't get. Go ahead.
Did Spence fight Mikey Garcia first or Danny Garcia?
Mikey.
I think it was Mikey, right?
I think so.
Because
Mikey
was his first fight after his accident.
No,
or was it Danny
Garcia
Garcia? Okay, so then he fought Mikey Garcia after Danny.
I'll tell you right now. Why? What's the?
Because what has me second guessing Errol Spence is that fight. How he kind of
he fought Mikey first.
He fought Mikey. Okay, so he fought Mikey first. But maybe that was because that was his first fight back from his accident.
But it's Danny Garcia. That's dude. You never
Danny or Mikey?
No, Danny Garcia was his first. So he fought Mikey Garcia, then he fought Sean Porter, then he got in the car accident, then he came back and fought Danny Garcia, then he fought Ugas.
Oh, he fucked up Ugas.
But dude, come on, Danny got a full flip. Remember, Mikey went up in weight to fight him. Mikey's a 135, 140.
But he struggled with Mikey though. If you really look at that fight, bro, he struggled with Mikey
more than he should have, maybe. Yeah. But my point is, you go on, you cheat death. You're inactive. You go through surgeries. Your body has to regenerate and heal. Your first fight back, if I was his manager, bro, I don't care how big he is. I'd have been like, you need to take a tuna fight. Get to do with some losses, get in there and get your legs back under you. He didn't do that. This dude fought Danny fucking Garcia, the guy that's got the biggest will to win in the welterweight. There's no other guy in the welterweight division that has a more of a will to win. He figures it out. you have to prepare very, very well anybody to fight Danny Garcia.
Oh, most
And that
definitely.
was his first fight back. And after that, he fought Ugas. And in my opinion, he did well against Ugas. He stopped him and shit, but he got a little careless. I mean, Ugas rocked him when he shouldn't have. He can't do stuff like that with Crawford. Crawford will
Is Bud
capitalize.
stronger than Ugas?
I don't know if he's stronger. He seems like he's got pop, Ugas, but Crawford seems like he got a little more pop, but he definitely has higher ring IQ. Crawford fucking smart, dude. If you watch his fights, he picks you apart.
Oh hell,
He
fuck
looks
yeah, he
good
does.
doing it. Picks you
Yeah,
apart, dude.
it's fucking beautiful to watch.
And then when you let him gain momentum,
It's over, baby.
it's over for you, dude. It is over. It's
There's
like
no coming back from that.
unstoppable. But
What about
yeah,
what about his ring layout? Because he hasn't fought in a long time.
who?
Bud
No, but all the last fights,
Spence is way more consistent.
well,
Could there be
he's
could
only
there be
fought
some
two
ring
people since
rust?
his accident. Nah. Terence Crawford's always in the ring, dude. That's one thing. You never see him out of shape. You always see him training with somebody. He's training with Shakur Stevenson. He's sparring this. He's doing that. He's always working, dude. And that's why he never looks like half a step slow or anything in his
Nah, hell
fights.
no. He
He
looks
might be a slow starter, but he always, dude. Another thing people are saying is experience. Bud's got like 30 something, 40 fights, 30, high 30, like 38, 39 fights. 0 losses, 0 draws. And there hasn't been a fight where you're like, oh, he kind of lost that one. He's pretty fucking dominant, dude. And remember, he retired Sean Porter. He dismantled Kell Brook.
well. That Sean Porter
Um,
stoppage wasn't. It wasn't.
he fucked up Sean Porter, dude. Even Sean Porter says that's it for me, dude. I remember he fought Benavidez Jr., Amir Khan. Victor Postol was probably one of my favorite fights of his. I thought Victor was going to get him. Remember, Victor Postol was on a.
Oh, he fought him on his way up, huh? But he was supposed to be like the next big thing.
Victor Postol, yeah.
Fucking
And he lost it.
made him look like donkey dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's fought a lot of people with undefeated records, bro. A lot, like Ricky. No, it wasn't Ricky Burns, was it? I think it was. I think he gave Gamboa his first loss.
Was it? Yeah, he
Gamboa.
did.
Gamboa came under 50 Cent and was making a splash. I don't know who was managing him. That was like, yeah, you should fight
It's
Gamboa.
Fitty. It's Fitty.
No,
Fitty.
yeah. I mean,
Hey, Fitty
Gamboa. They
fucked
were
up.
like, you should.
I said this shit plenty of times, but fool 50 fucked up Gamboa's career, dog.
Dude, I don't know who managed him. Was like, yeah, you should fight Terence Crawford. Well, no one really knew who Terence Crawford was. Terence Crawford fucked him up, dude, and he fucked everyone up
That
since.
that was the beginning of Gamboa's fucking downfall, no?
Yeah, that was it. Yep.
He fucking snatched his soul, bro.
Dude,
You're fucking soul snatchers.
he gave Benavidez Jr. his first loss, Victor Postol his first loss, Ricky Burns his first loss. He gave John Molina Jr. an ass whooping. I mean, he had a lot of losses at that time, but dude, he took a lot of O's, dude. Not Errol Spence, sorry. Terence Crawford has taken a lot of O's from a lot of supposed to be. So you got to keep that in mind, dude. He's well experienced and almost a perfect fighter, dude. But so is Errol Spence. Errol Spence,
Yeah.
people really look at him as a perfectly rounded fighter.
Earl Spence is it's gonna suck if it's a draw, bro.
I don't see it going. There's too much skill, dude. Way too much skill for it to be a draw.
I think they're both gonna be like super fucking. I think it's gonna be a slow fight.
You know how I see it. No, I don't think it's gonna be a slow fight. I think it's gonna start off slow because they're gonna respect each other at first. They're gonna feel each other out for a round or two. They'll feel each other out. They might take a shot to see how the other one reacts, or maybe one gets a little crazy, and then the other one pops him back into his place for 1 or 2 rounds. Then it'll start picking up. They'll start finding their momentum and see who's where and who's what. Who's gonna let off first? Who's gonna counter? Who's gonna set traps? which I think Crawford's going to be setting a lot of traps. But I also think Errol can break through a lot of traps. I really do. He's strong as
He's
shit.
fucking big, bro. Did you see the press
Yeah.
conferences and shit? He's fucking big, dude.
He's like, we gonna smoke bud.
Yeah. So we gonna smoke bud.
And Crawford's like, we're gonna fry that fish. We're gonna do the fish fry.
That shit's fucking comedy, bro. I
I
love it.
love it, dude.
I love
I
it.
love it
Shit's
too,
dope.
man.
So who do you got?
Dude, I'm right in the middle, dude. I've got a few bets out. I got one with Edgar too, but
Who does Edgar
dude, I'm
got?
right. If I remember correctly, I think like I told you, you can pick any one because I'm so in the middle that I can't. I'll let you pick. I'll take the other one because there is no, and that's how the fight's gonna go. The fight's gonna go like this. Watch.
I
It's gonna
got
be like the Munguia fight.
51% Earl Spence.
51%.
Yeah.
It's not a bad bet, dude. It is not a bad bet.
51%. 51% Earl Spence.
It's not a bad bet. If I think if one of them gets hurt, the other one can finish. I do think.
And I think the one that can finish, like without a fucking doubt, is gonna be Earl Spence.
Yeah. Crawford's a little chinny. So I think if he catches him and he hurts him, Errol Spence could definitely capitalize and finish. He's a good finisher.
Oh, hell yeah. Look at you drinking your water.
My water with whiskey, with a splash of whiskey.
It's like what, a teaspoon of fucking whiskey in that cup?
Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon. That makes sense.
Nah.
Well, bro, we just wanted to get on here quick and give our 2 cents. We will be back in the studio shortly, soon.
That's right.
We're gonna be doing a lot more instead of this. What do you call this shit?
Zooms.
Zoom episodes.
Mm-hmm. But then again, we've been active. We've been at shows, so
yeah.
It's not like we haven't been doing shit. We've been at shows, we've been live, we've been at all the events. So
hey, that Munguia shit was crazy though, right? That comeback, that fool was losing, dog. That motherfucker was losing.
Munguia was knocked out on his feet, dude.
Did you see?
Drevianchenko's no joke.
Did you see Julio Cesar Chavez, bro, take off his headphones and go to Munguia's corner and start telling him what to do?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. He started listening to Julio Cesar Chavez way instead of fucking trainer. What's his name? Morales. So Eric, like he told Quítate, güey. He told Morales to fucking move, dog. He's like, cabrón, pégale el pinche cuerpo.
Did he really?
Yeah, bro. So he was commentating, right? He was commentating for TV Azteca, I think. And he got I think it was like the 10th or 11th round. He fucking took off his headphones and went to that fool's corner and was like, pégale el pinche cuerpo. Dos arriba y uno abajo. Uno arriba y dos abajo. Pégale, cabrón, con huevos. And he fucking won the fight, dog.
But I would have laughed if Munguia turned around to his corner, looked at him, and told him like his son used to tell him, "Ya, cállese."
Imagine that shit,
bro. That's what Chavez
man.
Jr. used to do. Ya, cállese. I'm like, oh my god, you got the legendary guy is your dad, and he's telling you how to win, and you're telling him to shut up.
But Munguia won that fight, bro, because of Julio Cesar Chavez. That's just dope.
He dug deep, dude. He dug real deep.
And he needed that shit. He needed it because he was losing.
He was getting
but fucking Derevyanchenko is no joke, bro. That motherfucker was putting it on him. Now we might get a Benavides Munguia. We'll never know. It's in the works. Man.
Hopefully, because I tell you what, he ain't fighting Canelo.
No, but you know who is? Your fucking Chile master, Mr. Charlo over there. Is it official? It's official, right?
Nah, it's not official yet. It ain't official until Canelo says it. Canelo has literally ripped a page out of the Mayweather book. He fights on fights that make sense. and he says, "Don't believe anything until I announce it. It ain't official until I say so."
It's not
Smart.
official until I say so.
So he's
What
the
are your
referee with the whistle.
What's your last words on Earl Spence and Bud Crawford?
Man, tune in. Don't be a fake ass fan and demand, cry about the fights aren't being made. This is the perfectly marinated. If this fight was a steak, it'd be a bone-in ribeye, seared, all the trimmings, medium rare, perfectly peppered and salted, and just like a butter steak where you eat it with a butter knife. You don't even need a steak knife, just a butter knife with some crunchy asparagus, some creamy mashed potatoes. That's what this fight is. It's perfectly marinated. It's perfectly timed. No, none of them are too old. None of them have lost. None of them have drained each other. It's like a perfect 50-50 fight at the perfect time, both in the peak careers. All the boxing fans and boxing world says Bud is the best 147 welterweight. Then the other half says Errol Spence is the best 147 welterweight. So, and now they're fighting each other. So there can only be one. It's a perfect fight. Perfect fight.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's from our 2 cents here at the Boxing Club Podcast. So make sure you tune in. We got more shit coming, like always. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Help us out. Help us help you.
It's free, you cheap bastards.
Yeah. That fucking click is free, fuckers. Make sure you follow us at the Boxing Club _podcast on Instagram. And we are also on TikTok as the Boxing Club Podcast and Twitter as the Boxing Club Podcast. Make sure you follow Pro Level Apparel. You got some dropping shit coming soon. Just let you know, we got a lot of shit cooking. So stay in the mix. Stay tuned. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Podcast, Google Podcast, all your podcast platforms. Make sure you guys go follow, subscribe, like, hit the notification button, and support your boys. Boxing Podcast. We out.